This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
Hi, this is 90th District Court, Charlotte County. Just giving you a heads up, you will be receiving new information in regards to your informal. I'm just mailing it out today, so you'll receive it in a couple of days. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.
January 23rd, 2021. My name is Corey Winfield, and this is the 217 Recovery Podcast. It's brought to my attention that treatment centers often listen to us, which I find very cool, also find very scary. Sometimes it takes us a while to actually get into recovery talk, but we're having fun with the podcast, and recovery is what we talk about because we talk about our day, and we are in recovery. And sometimes our days are a little bit spicier than others, we could say, and sometimes, we're having a good day, we just want to have fun, but we kind of work it all in together. And some podcasts are just straight up all about, right from the jump, this is about recovery, this is what it is, and we try to do our own little way, and we hope you enjoy it. But it was brought to my attention, though, and I thought, man, I should go back. And actually, Marnie said that. She said we should go pull out like 5 or 6 episodes, like good ones that we can, tell people to listen to if they are listening to, like at a treatment center or something. But I don't know. This is one from November of 2019. And it's just Chris Goss and myself. And we started talking about days don't always go the way we planned, anger, and getting into rehab. It's from November 21st, 2019. Not the way I planned it. Enjoy the replay. 217 Recovery Podcast. It is the 21st November.
Hey now.
19. My name is Corey Winfield.
I'm Chris Goss.
Hi, I'm Ryan Bigman. Hi. How you guys doing?
Hey, Ryan. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. You sound a little different tonight.
Well, I got a little bit of the HIV.
Oh, Hiva. Well, that's too bad. Here, you better go back to sleep, Ryan.
Okay.
All right. So Ryan is going to head back to Sleepy Land, and Chris and I will do the podcast tonight. And Chris, today it was a kind of an easy day, you could call it, but also a day where things just didn't go as planned.
Oh, so it was kind of a normal day in recovery?
Yeah. I mean, they went as planned, just not as I had them planned.
Oh, so you thought something was going to go how you wanted it to go, but it didn't go how you wanted it to go, but it went okay?
Yeah, I mean, well, it could be worse. I could have drank today. And
right.
Could be back in the hospital and kicked out of here and lose my job and be homeless. But that didn't happen, so...
That's a good thing.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a good day.
Always a good day.
And just because it didn't go as I had planned it, like when I woke up this morning, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to take my car in to the Ford dealership. They're going to look at the window because I roll the window down. It'll roll down a little bit, and I go to roll it back up, and it's like, hey, we're going back up, and then it just drops back down. So
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that's not good because I figure, hey, it's because my luck, and they say never to say this kind of thing, but I would be, back in Coloma, Benton Harbor, at Christmas, everything closed, and I forget and go, zzz, and then it just...
all the way down.
Yeah.
Snowstorm.
Yeah. I had that happen in my Jeep. I had a 99 Jeep Cherokee, and I didn't even hit the button. I looked over. It was just, I'm like, what the F just happened?
That's terrible.
What the?
Just gave up on life, kind of like we did at one point.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go down.
Up on the motor and whatever the hell the other thing is that starts with an R.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I took that in there, and I thought, because the heated seats that I have.
Which I like.
Rich and famous.
Yeah.
But the one that works on my side, it works sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work. So I thought, hey, guys, check that out too. So I was thinking, because I called and kind of told them what was going on with the car, and it's like, it's a regulator or it's a motor, maybe a couple $100. I'm like, not bad.
Right.
Should never have said that. Not bad. We'll keep the price going up. So anyway, I was thinking, maybe about $300 for both, the window and the seat.
Right.
And times 2, I forgot to say, because that's what the estimate came back, and I'm like,
the window, the heated seat times 2.
$600.
Jesus, holy shite.
Yeah, so I just said, yeah, that's not going to happen. How about we just get that window fixed? And then people are like, well, you can YouTube that and look at that. So I YouTubed it.
Okay. And what did YouTube tell you?
Well, YouTube told me that don't look at this one guy's video because he was like, these rivets here, yeah, I'm just going to drill those out. And I'm like, yeah, see, I'm not going to be drilling stuff out. Like,
yeah, I don't see you as a drilling type of guy.
I did have a slight career in.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's, the other day we were in the car and I noticed that window doing that, and it's just like you can't keep your hand off that button.
Well,
I get it.
It was an accident.
No, see, the thing is, I say this from sitting in the passenger seat and the seat in here, a lot easier said than done. So, I get it. I understand.
And so, I told him, we'll fix the window, whatever. So that's on Monday. So that kind of threw me because I first of all, I thought it was going to be cheaper. I thought it was something they could fix today. So, or tomorrow. But no, we're going to wait till Monday.
Push it off.
Might as well. I have the day off, right?
Right,
God forbid I sleep in. I can't get the car there in the morning.
It's not going to happen on your day off.
He did tell me they would give me a car to drive around.
Ooh,
okay,
that's outstanding. So you're telling me I got a chance?
Yes.
Sweet.
So we'll go for a ride on
Yes.
Monday. But then I realized that I couldn't fix the seat because $300, man, that's like...
You're better off buying a brand new seat.
Right? I mean, how much are those babies?
I've seen them online. You can get, I almost said a bad word, nice racing seat for like $200. But it's not heated. It's got a 5-point harness. It'll make you look cooler. And it'll be a hell of a time getting in and out.
Yeah, no thanks.
Okay.
I already have enough time getting in and out. You got the...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So we'll just put one in the passenger seat when I go for a ride periodically.
Yeah. Move the passenger seat over. That would kind of be weird.
It'll be awesome.
I have to adjust it from the
right side. There you are, jamming your hand down, trying to move the seat back. What are you doing? Don't bother me.
Save $300.
Oh, great. Well, that sounds like a little bit of a trying day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then, I didn't plan on going to an AA meeting, but Naveed was wanting to do lunch, so I was like, all right, cool. And he's like, hey, we could hit a meeting. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So we went there, and then it was reading out of that book.
I know. I was there at that meeting.
And we read out of a book.
There's readings out of books.
Yeah, I don't like the book, so I don't really remember the name of it. And it was talking about anger, and I almost thought I would skip reading because I'm like, I don't really like this book, especially this part about anger, because I don't agree really with what it says about anger. I mean, some of it's true. It pretty much says if you're angry, go for a run.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Gives you alternatives to, rather than punching a wall or having a beverage or a shot.
Yeah, and it says there, I don't know. That's cool. I guess that's a place to start, is to understand your anger and know you're angry, but it's pretty easy to know when you're angry, at least for me.
I know when I'm pissed.
I'm angry. Oh, okay, I'm going to go for a run. Works sometimes for a minute. Because that was a big thing for me with my last relationship. I was so hurt and I felt betrayed. But before I could realize I even felt hurt and betrayed, I was angry.
I think it's the first thing we go to. And I know... I always just shoot to anger. I skip over all that crying and sadness and all the things like that. Just go straight to anger.
Yeah.
Punching a hole in something.
Because feeling angry means we don't have to feel it.
Yeah.
And anger, as I learned, is a secondary emotion. And when you feel angry, if you know you're angry, okay, just take a minute. Like the lady said today, she has to just kind of leave the situation, go away, where she can just think, and then break down why you're angry. Are you embarrassed? Are you hurt? Are you betrayed? Like, what are you really feeling? Because anger, you don't just feel anger. You feel anger because you are embarrassed. You feel anger because you were betrayed, or you're hurt inside. And once you feel that, like the guy that was talking smack about 217 recovery. He was talking smack about Ryan. He was talking smack about me.
Doesn't know me yet.
First, I was angry, and we've talked about this on the podcast. And why was I angry? Well, because I thought that guy was my friend. So I felt betrayed. I felt hurt by him saying those things. I mean, then I dealt with it and I realized, okay, well, I know how that person is, and I just don't need that person in my life.
Right.
I mean, me running around talking smack back or doing whatever, that's just going to make his point valid, you know? Like,
yeah, right.
Oh, Corey is not a nice guy.
He's just, it's kind of like what the person who you mentioned, too, she said, you know, I'm going to spend, you know, half of my day or 2 days while this guy hasn't even thought about it for 5 minutes and he's on to another thing.
Yeah.
Just a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something different. It certainly is something different. What we think, how we do. You know, like my job today. 10:05, an order comes in. Everything's pretty much all clean.
Sorry about that.
You know, I know. How did you like your lunch, though?
Oh, it was delicious.
Well, I wasn't there making it, so I bet it was better. Got you know, as far as days go, you know. The friend of mine that the perfect storm that is going to make it back. You know, it's a good thing. But, you know, that's their day. My day consisted of, it's payday. Oh, guess what happened to me? I didn't make enough for anything because I had 19 hours, worked 3 days. So I was just pretty much was in a funk for a minute and was just like, you know what? If I don't make rent and I don't get my way, I'm just going to take my small bit of money and go, right, you know, and then I'm just thinking, what the heck good is that going to do? Because then I'm going to be in the middle of nowhere. So, you know, as far as days go, yeah, we had a little bit, we each had our own little bit of a day. You know, I'm sure I can work something out. I can get my phone bill paid. But I think before the show we mentioned something to the fact, you know, I did, as I was texting somebody, you know, I am grateful that I did get a paycheck. I'm not, you know, sitting just stewing over something.
Right.
So I got good and I got bad, you know, but the good outweighs the bad. I'm not back where I was. I thought for a minute I wanted to, but there's no sense in being there. I know that today.
And there's people around, and it's already happened. You just don't know what it is yet, but people, when they see you doing the right thing, and if they know you need money, they'll talk to people who need help doing stuff, you know,
right.
Like detailing a car or,
right.
You know, there's other things, other opportunities that can come along if you just keep doing the right thing.
Right.
You know, is it easy to, F it, I'm out of here.
Absolutely.
That's so easy. Now you're going to live a pretty crappy life.
Right. But, you know, that's the life that we're tired of living, you know, but it's the chicken crap way out. It's the easy way out. It's the way that we used to try. So, you know, we try these new methods as far as, you know, I learned that, you know, when I get angry, I count my teeth. And then it was a comedian that said it in the passive aggressive way, you count the inside. So if you could see me right now, I'm counting my teeth. And I have all my teeth in the front, but I, you know, lost a few in the back, so there's only a couple on the top to count. But it's, you know, and I thought to myself too, I was like, oh, damn it, man, you know, I should be out making this little bit of extra money, being able to do that, and, you know, sorry, I didn't mean to get so angry. Apologize. That's then I'm trying to deal with this anger. But, yeah, I know that, you know, I'm doing the next best thing, and man, and, yeah, whew. Sometimes I get passionate, sometimes I lose all train of thought, and sometimes I lose words, which doesn't happen often. If you know me and you know me well enough, I can talk.
Breathe.
Yeah, breathe. I'm breathing.
Breathe.
That's one thing I learned is I got to keep breathing, because if I stop breathing, which I've done before, it's only going to get worse.
Well, Chris, I was listening to you talk there, and I have an option for you.
Options?
Yes.
Sometimes options for you are a little scary.
Yes.
Yeah.
But have you thought of this? We could go to the casino and bet it all on black, and you could double your money.
Well, the funny thing was,
and then we can double it again by betting it on black again. Or you could just lose it all and then have absolutely nothing.
I thought one day driving by the casino here in town, I was like, man, I want to get paid. I'm not a gambler. I'm not a gambler at all. I gambled with my life.
We're
I didn't
addicts.
gamble with money.
We use other. I mean, gambling is an addiction too.
Absolutely.
But.
I know people that, there's so-and-so, and I'm a compulsive gambler. And I could see myself probably becoming a compulsive gambler, but I only do the penny slots or the quarter slots. I don't do a whole lot of big, card games. I don't count cards. I play spades when I'm incarcerated or in rehab, and I don't plan on being in either place anytime soon. Knock on wood. Whew, sometimes, but yeah. So, so we'll go to the casino tomorrow? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Okay.
It was a joke.
All right, sorry.
It was just making a fun. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Okay.
So we went to the AA meeting that we were talking about. The dude apologizes, and he doesn't say our names or anything, but he's like, there's two people I need to apologize to. And after the meeting, he came up and he was like, hey, I really am sorry, and blah, blah, blah. And, it is what it is, but I'm glad that I haven't really... I don't know. It is what it is. And I was thinking about my old job in Benton Harbor when I worked at the radio station there.
Radio station.
Yeah, and how I was trying to feel my emotions and try to see, am I really angry still? I mean, I don't like what happened. I went to Pine Rest in Grand Rapids for depression. I told them where I was going. And they said, go get help, go get what you need, take as much time as you want. We got you covered. And so I go there, and this will probably be more of my story on the 15th of December that I tell. But I got out of there, and immediately they wanted to talk to me. I told them, hey, I got 2 weeks from the doctors from there and the medication to kick in, but I'll come meet with you. So I didn't want to meet at the radio station, so I had them meet me at Applebee's in Benton Harbor, and I was there first. I pick a booth. They come in, they sit down, they pass a letter to me. And I was like, oh, is this a check or something?
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
And I opened the letter and I started reading it, and it said I had been suspended for 2 weeks with no pay, demoted from being program director of WIRX, and also demoted from the morning show. All for going to get help.
It's like a kick in the
for
balls.
Depression. Yeah, and there's
you while you're down.
It was and that's the kind of people they were.
Yeah.
So and that was hard, man. And then I had never been fired before, and I started I tried to fake it's fine, man.
Hey, that's a great thing.
And it was just hard, man. And then I got to the point where I just wanted to crawl a hole and die. Depression's real. I thought at first it was just a woman thing. These women, they're so crazy, they're so silly. But no, depression is straight up real, and I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. It's a really hard. Anyway, that stuff will be more of my story. But back to the point I was trying to make. I was trying to figure out if I was still mad at what happened, because it all happened the way it needed to, because I'm here with you right now, Chris, and we're doing a pretty fun thing. We're doing a great podcast, and
it's always fun.
We're doing great things in recovery, and this is where I'm needed, and this is where God wants me. This is where He wanted me. So
it's a plan that I still don't know about, and it's working.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
It's
just to have blind faith.
Yeah.
Just to go, you know what, Lord, take it, man. I'm just living in Your world now. If you'd have told me a year ago, what's today, the 22nd, 8 days from today, a year ago, is
when
when
be sitting in a room doing a podcast.
I went to jail. But but no, a year ago. Yeah, but if you would have told me while I'm sitting in that jail, hey, a year from now, you're going to be, co-manager of a sober living house. You're going to work at a facility, and you're going to be doing this podcast with the company that you started, and you're going to have a sticker machine and a press.
And a sweatshop.
Everybody want T-shirts.
That's cool. That's a cool thing. A lot of people are wanting those T-shirts.
I mean, that's crazy. And I was telling Ryan this last week, I think, just imagine, just the last 6 months, how things have changed and great things have happened in my life. just imagine in 6 months where we're going to be, man.
Man,
it's going to blow your mind.
What was it in March when you were like, yeah, I'm doing this thing. I want you to be there. And I was like, sure, I'll be there. And then I went back to a facility. And then I went back to a facility. The last time I left a facility, I was taking a leap of blind faith. And I went back to a facility. You know? So this is a better blind leap of faith. And it's, like you said, it's cool. It's interesting. It's odd. And I always say, I have a issue with the higher power. Not an issue, but, I'm working with this higher power thing. But people always, do you know that there's a plan made for you that you didn't know about a long time ago? That, maybe it took 39 years to be 39 years old to be doing drugs for 26 years, to be doing this and doing what you did and still not know what's going on, but there's a reason why it's happening. Like you said, if you'd have told me in March that I would have been in a room with two fellas, I'd have been like, go screw yourself. I'd have said, go screw yourself. But it's interesting, it's odd enough. Odd enough. It's cool. It's not odd. It's cool that I'm participating in this thing this dream that you told me about 6 months ago that I'm sitting here doing with you, and this is, it's become a reality. It was a thought. It was a process. You took the steps. You got to where you were, and now you're sitting here with me.
Yeah.
There's a cat.
Yeah, my baby girl. It's Nico.
Nico. I've never seen the cat. The cat is staring at me.
She's a soft kitty.
I see that.
Now, people have told me that she's the devil. Her middle name is El Diablo, or just Diablo.
It's interesting. My in Detroit with my family, we had neighbors that called me Lucifer. It's pretty interesting enough. So we're kind of alike.
Maybe that's why she's checking out. She's just nothing but the sweetest cat. But like my sister, my mom, my stepdad really will tell you, that cat is evil. She hates people. She'll suck you on like, oh, I'm cute, and then you pet her, and then she like.
I'm just going to go ahead and stay in the chair.
I don't believe that she's like
I'm just going to stay in the chair. First time I've seen Kitty. How are you, Kitty? More of a dog fan, but, my parents had cats. But either or. To each their own. I'm happy you have a cat. I've heard about the cat. I know you went to get your cat, and now you have your cat.
Yes.
Doing the podcast. Hey, Kitty.
Say hi, Nick. No, she's not going to.
Yeah, I thought she would have said
shy.
hi, but I don't know how cats work.
She lets Daddy kind of do the
do the show.
Yeah, she lets me do that.
Oh man!
But yeah, it's interesting though, how things happen and where it comes. So back to the Benton Harbor thing. I don't know if I'm mad. I don't like those people. There's some people there I like, of course, but as far as the people who like run the place and
how they went about doing it, I can see how you'd be angry.
Yeah, it wasn't a good thing, but it had to happen the way it did. And in the long run, I don't want to work for people like that.
Like you want to work for yourself.
That do that to people. Yeah. They're just not good people, Why would I want to associate with them? And and if your job is like that too, do the best you can to get out yourself. But you only live once, man. And if you're working for people who are in meetings talking bad about other employees or just people or, think it's funny to eat lunch next to the person who doesn't have money to go buy lunch and just sits there and eats crackers, and you bring in this big elaborate lunch and then throw it away right by him after you're, halfway through with it and go, oh, I'm just too full. I don't want the rest of this. Those people thought that kind of thing was funny. Like they would talk about, oh yeah, I ate lunch right next to him. Like, I'm like, dude, you're supposed to be running this place, man. I don't know. So I just don't like those people. But as far as
I don't like them either.
I've come to terms with I am where I'm supposed to be, doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
That meeting happened for a reason.
Yeah, and it is what it is, man. That is just another step that I had to take to get to where I'm at now.
Like we mentioned in the other show, the things that we did got us to where we were because we're supposed to be somewhere. We were supposed to go through these things. We were supposed to go through the pain, the personal anguish, the heartache, the agony. Like I say, that's what I thrive on. I always say this is the one horse town. I don't always say that, but there's a reason why this one horse town is saving me. If I get a check, I go cash my check tomorrow in my town. That town I live in, it's certainly not mine. It's Mr. Kellogg's town. But, I'm out. I'm done. I'll be able to, I still have $1 left. Still have $1, so I can get the hell out of here. It's pretty awesome. I need to go. I need to cash my check tomorrow.
Yeah, and there's other ways to make money to get the rent. Like you mentioned earlier, you can sit here and woe is me, and I don't have enough, and I might as well go blow it because that's the way we used to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then you'd be losing, and that's not who you are today, and that's not who you want to be. The Chris who you want to be and are taking steps to be is the guy that's, I'm going to make it happen. And as long as you're sober, Chris, I guarantee you're going to have rent money.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I have no idea how. But dude, if you want it, you can get it.
Right.
You can do anything you want sober.
There's avenues and ways that I can get things taken care of. Mm-hmm. And doing the things that I'm doing, those avenues open up so much more. There's, being able to, moving the pews, I'm sure that helped me. Just something, small things that add up to a big deal. So that's cool. That's perfect. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's different. I mean, it's truly different. Mm-hmm. At work today, someone's, you got a girlfriend? It's like, why? Who's talking about me? That was sidebar. I don't know why. That just made me chuckle. Sorry.
You want to talk about your dating life?
No, I don't know. I didn't talk about anything. She just asked about dating. It's just cool, But it's this conversation with people. They say, how do you like the job? I was like, well, I come in every day still. And I'm making $15 an hour skinning ham. Talk about that job. Speaking of jobs, that job, I had Blue Cross. I had very good insurance. And I was like, listen, after I passed the first drug screen that they gave me, I took the next one, and I was like, listen, I got a problem. I'm a heroin addict. I'm in a full-blown relapse. Can we work something out? They're like, no, we're not going to put you up in a rehab. We're going to let you come back in 6 months. Go get your stuff together. So it kind of and I was like, screw them. And oddly enough, interesting that you told about your story, back into mine a little bit, a guy in recovery took me home because I was like, I assume you need me to leave the property. Well, this is a 45-minute drive from the town I lived in. So this guy is in recovery, took me back to my town. He's like, so what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to go get high, man. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm going to go get high. What's the sense of me, staying right if I can't get my stuff, like I used to say, getting my ducks in a row. That's what I used to say. That's what I did. And when I say that, it was used drugs. I went hard and I went big. So, this recovery thing it's cool. It's something I hope people, if you're out there, if you're struggling, if you think you have a problem or you have a problem, look into these, these sites, look into these things. That's why, I want to work in this recovery field so bad. I find myself, and somebody warned me, with how I talked to people on the phone for 2 hours about, telling them they need to stay. I just helped a friend. As a matter of fact, I didn't just help, but I told them they need to be somewhere. They need to get somewhere. They said, I know I'm going to die, and then they called and told me today that they're going to be going into a facility, checking in sometime tomorrow. I'm proud of that person. She knows who she is. It's the perfect storm. AAO, proud of you. I'm glad you're going to where you need to go. But this stuff right here is what helps me. Helping people helps me. Speaking of that, I'm getting a phone call right now. Imagine that. Can't take it right now. Sorry. But,
thanks for...
I don't want to answer the phone. It'd be interesting. I could answer the phone and put that person on the show, but that's not going to happen. I don't know. I got to ask them. I don't know. But it's nor here nor there. But this recovery thing, it's cool shit. It's good shit. Oh, crap. I just said bad words, 2 of them in a row.
Yeah, it happens sometimes when you're passionate.
I know, but this is so cool. I always say that this is what helps me today. This is what's getting me through, is helping people help themselves helps me. Mm-hmm. So it's outstanding, and this is what. I don't even know if this was my calling. I know that what I'm doing right now is helping me what I got to do. And I'm more than happy. I worked in a recovery center living in a recovery center, worked in a recovery place on the phone. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's so cool. Maybe one day I will be there. But today, I'm making food, washing dishes, doing a podcast, doing the next best thing. It's pretty cool. It's real cool.
At least you have a goal. At least you have a place where you want to be.
Right.
And then you can always build on that. And you got to do something. Might as well do something while you're doing nothing,
Right.
While you're working there. And maybe they might come back and say, hey, you need this much time away from your recovery center visit to work. Hey, you know what? Fine. Okay. I'll figure something else out. I mean, like I said, in 6 months, man, you're going to be amazed. You seriously are going to be looking back going, I remember Corey sitting in his room. I met his cat, and him kept talking about 6 months from now. Like he's Nostradamus or something. But you mentioned insurance, too. And this is something that you're going to need to know if you're in addiction, if you know somebody who is, you're going to have to call your insurance company if you want to go to treatment. Some insurance companies handle it great, some not so much. And some facilities even
will help you.
And some won't.
Right.
Some only take people on Medicaid. And the reason for that, you think, well, Medicaid is such a cheaper rate and Medicaid doesn't pay as much, but Medicaid pays.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Some insurance companies, oh yeah, we're going to pay 80% of it. And then it takes them forever to pay. So a lot of facilities don't want to mess with that. So they'll just strictly take the Medicaid people. So you're going to want to check into that too. And all that stuff, there are links on our website, not to your insurance company, but to different places. Go to RecovHub. It's under resources at 217recovery.com.
There's the Sam show, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But when I worked at this one place, my line was, you have a private PPO policy. This state insurance, these state-run facilities aren't going to do you any good. We're going to get you a safe detox. We're going to get you comfortable. I've only been to state-run facilities, and I honestly say that these help. I mean, they have helped. And for me, it wasn't a one-hit wonder. Obviously, I've been to quite a few. I went to multiples in the same year, but my shtick was, you gotta have a private PPO policy. You gotta, call substance 1-800-647. I still remember the number. It's changed since then, but these state-run facilities, they're not as bad as I used to have to say they were, because those are the only ones I've been to, and they're gonna get. The most important thing is when you go to these facilities, it don't matter if it's $100,000, $30,000, or if it's state-run. If you go there and expect them to do it for you, you're full of crap. You have to do the work. You have to put forth the effort. You have to take care of what you need to get taken care of. Otherwise, if you expect somebody else to do something for you, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Yeah. Been there, done that. I was like, you guys are supposed to take care of me. No.
Yeah, fix me.
Right. Nothing changes if you change nothing. Absolutely the God's honest truth.
Did you ever go out of state for treatment?
Never made it out of state. The only times I went out of state was for vacations.
Well, the first time I went was in California, and I ran into that same spiel of, first of all, I didn't want to go to Arkansas because I was working there at the time, and somebody might know me.
Right.
I was still dealing with the embarrassment of it all, and then I couldn't go anywhere in Michigan because, people are going to know me. And send me somewhere far away. So, and then they would tell me the same thing. Oh, well, if you went to Michigan, this and that. Go to California, blah, blah, blah. It was horrible. Then I get back, and then I was going to check into another one. And I started talking to this guy. He said he was a placement specialist. Oh. And he was reassuring me he was getting no money for this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So he was telling me about Florida and this and that, and how Florida, the state doesn't regulate their rehab facilities. I mean, they might now. This was a few years ago. But he said that there was one that you can go there, and they actually call them rehab vacations. Because all you have to do is hit one meeting a week.
Oh.
And you could stay in this nice hotel, he said, pretty much, and hang out with other people. They feed you. They get you your meals, and they're $200,000 every 2 weeks or something. He said, but all you got to pay is 20% of that, you know, and
when he's cracking off that.
And I had another guy too, the guy in California before I went there. There was 2 places, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to go to that one. And the guy was like, why? And I'm like, well, because my insurance only pays 60% of it, where the other one, my insurance pays 80%. He's like, man, why do you think they charge so much? I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, what? They charge so much because they know you're not going to pay. They don't go after you. You don't have anything. I'm like, well, actually, I have a house. I have a car. And he's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. He's like, well, most people I talk to are lost that all already. So, but yeah, he's like, we don't ever go after the client. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is a scam. Like, I just thought everybody was there to help me, and no, it's about money.
Oh, absolutely.
And not that there's not people out there that don't care, and you know everything's about money. Everybody knows that.
Everything's about money, unfortunately. But
yes, but you have to manage to just put your head down and get ready for, and it's not as hard as I'm making it sound, maybe, but I just want you to be prepared for it if you are looking for help or to get someone some help. And you're thinking about, rehab, inpatient, stuff like that. Just take your time and go through it the way you need to go through it. Call your insurance company first. Check out the links that I told you about on our website, 217recovery.com. Check out RecoverHub. There's local resources. Maybe you don't need inpatient. Maybe you just need some outpatient. Maybe you need a therapist to talk to. Maybe they can help you. Talk to your doctor. Talk to as many people as you can and make a well-informed decision. Now, if it's a moment of, hey, I got him in the room, he needs help, he is not freaking out about getting more right now, we need to get him help immediately. There's options for that too, as long as they don't have warrants. You could take him to the Michigan State Police. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that as much as I was when I first heard about it. But, that's called the Angel program. But whatever state you're in, they might have different things set up for people as well. Hospital is always a good one. And we were talking, and I'll talk more about that in a few weeks, but we were talking about the hospitals and even how that has become to where you have to say certain things there in order for them not to just throw you back out in the street.
It's tough. It's tough because if you say certain things when you go to these hospitals, but I know that when I got on the phone for my one trip back, basically this woman said, you just got out of treatment. Why do you need to go back? I said, lady, because I'm gonna effing die. There's no doubt in my mind that if I stay out any longer, I'm gonna die. And when I went back the 4th time, the actual person that ran the facility talked to somebody else, because I reached out to people, and they reached out to people, and they said, go pick him up. We'll deal with this stuff later, because they knew I had insurance. But these are the bonds. Unfortunately, I was there a few times, but these are the bonds you build. These are you meet people there that actually genuinely care about you. They're not going to fix you. You have to do the work yourself, like we said. But be prepared. If you're using heavily, you're going to detox. Things like that are going to happen. If you're drinking, you're going to detox. That's what they're going to do. They're going to put you in a detox. They're going to get you safe. You're going to be medically watched. They're going to provide what you need, to get you safely to where you need to be, and then get you to the classes and the meetings and things like that you need to go, that you need to go to, that you need to pay attention and do the things you got to do to save your own life. Mm-hmm. These places will help you save your life, but you got to do it.
Yeah, and you can have fun in there. It's not all as bad as you might think, and it's probably not as good as you may think. But
yeah,
you can make it. You can do it. You can get through it for sure.
Certainly can. Corey and I had a blast. It was the middle. I wouldn't say the middle of winter, towards the end of the winter. Had a great time. Truly a great time. Well, it was a good time. The bus ride home was probably the funnest part for us. $30 of EBT, snacks, sodas, cappuccinos.
But we made the most of it, though.
Right.
And we were dead. Oh, I was serious about my recovery at that point.
I just know that once I got there's time. Yeah. I thought when I left, I don't know. I think I went to a sober house after that. I don't remember because it was that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. It was just a while ago. I don't think. No, I didn't go to a sober house because I remember we got to Kalamazoo and I flipped. You could see it in my face. I was going to hang out with you. Your mom was running late. I said, my ride's going to be here. I got to get the hell out of here. I had to leave. There was police all over the bus station. Apparently, the plasma place had been shot up earlier.
It was crazy.
A gun there, shot up. It sounded bad, but definitely sounded bad. Jesus. When I walked into the bathroom, there was blood on the wall. There, not just from from what I know, the blood was, and then there's needle drops. People wandering around, and I just had to go. I got out of there. The guy that picked me up took me to McDonald's, to a place, and I got a Shamrock Shake. Doesn't matter that I said that, but that was good. And then I got back to Battle Creek, and I burned one to relax myself, because that's what I needed at the time.
Yeah.
And then maybe a month or so went by. I was getting these injections to try and, prevent me from using opiates, which only fueled the fire for the stimulants. And then I went back, and I left and went back, left and went back, and now here I am. And then, like I said, it's a vicious cycle. You hear me say things over and over. The penny that goes round and round and round and round and round, boom, and I died 2 times after that, and then a stroke before. Yeah, see, it just gets worse. Just if you think you got a problem, if you know you got a problem, if the problem is you, get yourself fixed.
Yeah. And maybe it's something deeper than you even know. For me in drinking, I mean, it just became second nature, and it's an addiction. It takes over your mind, and that's all you think about. And then you become physically dependent on it. And then you just don't know. Like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what to do. And I almost, died because of that too. So don't let it get that far, because it's not just alcohol. Alcohol is a drug.
Yes, it is.
And just because it's on TV and commercials with hot chicks and good-looking dudes playing volleyball or whatever they're doing.
Seltzer flavor, seltzer.
We should go replace like all the little ads and flyers and posters with like real people dying from drinking alcohol. Let's instead they got vaping up there. Don't vape, it'll kill you. Yeah, okay.
It is crazy. They don't show you what happens after a lifetime of it, or 10 years of it, or 5 years of it. And in my opinion, these pharmaceutical companies, shoot. Get out of town, man. Oh, let's get you on this to get you off of this, because when you come off of that, it's only going to take 2 months to get you off of this. Get the hell out of here, man. I can't. I have a problem with pharmaceutical companies, but if it helps some people, it helps some people. If it's going to help you to get to a place, And these are the things that I thought I never would have said. 30 days ago. Fighting the system. It's man. I just know today, sitting in this chair, in this room, under a cool blue light, and with a kitty walking around, and I never thought I'd be sitting here, and I'm not saying bashing, and but praising facilities and talking about if you got a problem, because I knew when I was 19, I was an alcoholic. I knew that I loved prescription drugs. I used to go to a party with a friend, and we'd search places, and then we'd go to a bookstore and look at certain things. And I should have been a pharmacist, street pharmacist. God, it's just terrible. It's insane. The insanity. Like I said, beat your head against a wall and expect it not to hurt. Well, crap, it hurt every time. But I'm practicing a new way of beating my head against the wall softly. And it's not hurting as bad.
Yeah. And the wall has a padded room. Those are times.
I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, and earlier I said those things that you have to say in the hospital, and eventually you'll learn what to say, and social workers might even tell you what to say. Hey, if you want to go there, then just going to say this. But then you say that enough, though, then you'll end up in the padded room. Right. So I'm just saying, be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Yeah, you really don't want to go the road that Chris and I went. But at the same time, if you need help, then hey, you can always try, and you can do anything you want sober. Just do it sober. You know what you want, go get it. You're the only one stopping yourself from not getting it. So
you're the only person stopping yourself. Exactly, like Corey just said. If you want help, if I gotta say, just if you want it, go get it. Because nobody's gonna give it to you. It's certainly not gonna be given to you. If you're just sitting in a basement at your parents' house, doing what you do, going, oh man, this is terrible. I don't like doing it. But then you make the call to get more. You get up to go to work. You make the call to get more. Oh, I don't like it. Make the call to get more. The first step is admitting you have a problem. The second step is picking up that heavy phone. The third step is dialing the numbers. The fourth step is talking. And then, we know we've done this. The people we talk to, we've all done it. And it's a better way to do it. So get it done. Yes. For yourself.
Yeah, and we're going to have Naveed on very soon, and he manages a sober living house. We're going to have those links on their website very, very soon as well. But appreciate you listening. There's tons of ways to listen. People keep asking me, hey, how do I get the packet?
Well, I'll tell you. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Okay, there's tons of ways. But
I will tell my friend Amber, congratulations. Way to make the phone call. But what do you got to say? What you guys got to do? You guys got to listen to what?
Our radio and Apple iTunes and Apple Podcasts, Google there's so wherever you're listening, Spotify, or just the old-fashioned website 217recovery.com.
I get on there and do it. I don't listen to any of this stuff.
All right. Well, until Saturday, we're out of here. I'm Corey.
I'm Chris. Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Yes. Peace.
See you.